is Phyllis Barajas, and I'm the founder and CEO of Conexion. We've been around for 16 years. We launched here in the Boston area, and we are now have participants from over 20 states, Puerto Rico. And last year we had an individual from Colombia and Switzerland. I was born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska, the daughter of Mexican immigrants, and grew up like just any normal little Midwestern girl in Omaha. And then I got politicized in Omaha. I was a teacher, elementary school teacher, and I got tapped to launch the first ever bilingual program in the Omaha Public Schools. So again, I said, okay, and I did it. There was a larger agenda, and I was not aware of that. And it turned out to be that a group of Cuban and Mexican parents were threatening to sue the school system, and they needed to put something together really, really quick. And so they decided to do a bilingual program. There were only 5 Latino teachers in the system, and I got tapped. And here we are decades later that I'm still being the first to do something and help. I see it as helping organizations move from where they are in response to changing environment to be what I hope a more inclusive organization representing who we are. Challenges faced because I happen to be Phyllis Barajas, not Phyllis Smith, and being of Mexican heritage. I'm not sure I'll ever know the real answer to that. I think it's more complicated than that. However, I will start, because it is Women's History Month, with in many of the organizations with which I've been affiliated more recent, the last few decades, I frequently am one of the few women. For example, I worked at Harvard, and I was one of the few women in leadership at that time in the 90s, for example. So being a woman of any color was unusual. Whenever you're introducing somebody who's outside the tribe, you're going to encounter resistance. And that's been, if you want to call it a challenge, I call it life. I call it life. That you are introducing something new to a group. And obviously they're unaccustomed to having somebody that looks like you. And is it because of being a woman or anything else? I may never know. But that said, you need to move beyond that. You need to figure out where's the common opportunities, where's the synergies, where's the value added to my being part of this group, whatever that group may be. When I tell people Conexion is starting its 17th year, they'll say, wow, 17. And I keep thinking, is it because they think that's a good thing, or they never thought we'd make it this far? What we are doing in Conexion is something that is completely different and from any other leadership program out there. We're taking a very, very different approach, engaging mentors, executive mentors. I worked for Bob Putnam at Harvard. He's a proponent of social capital as a better way to break down silos, as a better way through his research and what he has seen to break down the socioeconomic, my term, apartheid that we see in this country. And that by bringing diverse groups together, including leadership, and a lot of times I get challenged on this, by the way, that we engage with the dominant culture. And I said, yes, I don't back off from that. I think it's a win-win for the dominant culture to be engaged with us. So our leadership model is all about engaging with the dominant culture, in this case, mostly men and mostly Anglo, although that's changing in more recent years, in a mentoring relationship. We're about building relationships, about facilitating access, and it goes both ways, certainly for the mentees. These mentors who are leaders are also perceiving that there's value to them, and they have been advocates for us since then, and so forth. So I consider that a success, breaking down barriers. I'm very, very proud of Conexion, very proud of people who started with us at the beginning. Eve Gonzalez at Eastern Bank, who's done quite well, and Eastern Bank, who's been a partner with us since day one, and Nancy Stager, give her a shout out. God bless the woman. Speaking, it's Women's History Month. Shout out to Nancy for being a champion for many of us, and I love her dearly. So I'm most proud of creating an organization that's brought really talented people together of very diverse backgrounds, even within our own Latino community, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Mexican, Chicana. That doesn't mean much here in Boston, but very diverse even within our Latino community, bringing us together for a common purpose to really affirm one another, and celebrate who we are within the context of this wonderful country that gives us so many opportunities. So there's a patriotic component to Conexion that I don't talk about much, but I do think it's a place for almost close to 100% of the people that go through our program are either the children of immigrants or immigrants themselves, and will say how much they appreciate the opportunities that this wonderful democracy presents to us. I'm very proud of Conexion, in case you didn't notice, and all the people that we've met. I'll shut up. I love it. I love it. I love what I do.
That's
I don't
awesome.
work for a living. I really don't.
That's
I just
awesome.
show up. I think that being a child of immigrants is a very special way to grow up. You see things very differently and have a level of appreciation. And I hope very much to leave that for my children, and especially my grandchildren. I also want to give a shout out to Kip Hollister, Hollister Group. We have a new address, Conexion. If you want to find us, we're at, I have to read this. We're at 28 State Street on the 23rd floor. We moved, we cohabitate with Hollister Group and Conexion due to her generosity. And you want to find us online, it's at Conexion, Conexion hyphen all.org. And if you want to find me, it's P for Phyllis and then Barajas, Barajas at Conexion, Conexion hyphen all.org. And I'm happy to talk to you if you're interested in knowing more about Conexion.